welcome to the Stealthy Crafter. I'm Jessica, and today we have a weapon chat. If you are new here and you don't know what WiP stands for, it stands for Work in Progress. And what normally happens during a weapon chat is that you can bring out your own WIPs or whatever it is that you want to do, be it driving, chores, listening while you're on the couch, whatever, as I ramble about what's been going on in my week or weeks. So let's get started. So today I'm no longer working on Namaste. I'm pretty sure people are like, finally, she's done working on that. And I'm sorry it took me so long on that. It's just been, man, it's been a wacky few months, hasn't it? But I'm now working on Snow Queen. I was about to pick a different project, but after I did this unboxing, my youngest, she begged so much to have me work on this because she wants it in her room. And I'm like, of course, okay, all right. A small little project to get started for the new year. Well, it wasn't the new year because I started this like the day after Christmas, I think. So I was just like, yeah, sure. We'll start off with a small project, and then I'll go back to working on something big because I've been wanting to work on that Sailor Moon for a while. So I'm really excited for that. But it might be, maybe I should work on a couple small ones first. I think I burnt myself out with Namaste. I hope you guys are doing well. Things are doing all right here. Just, try and play catch up with everything like always. But I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday break. Ours was pretty decent for the most part. There were definitely some memorable parts. Oh, by the way, if I noticed that I had a couple new people, so if you're new here, hi. I'm Jessica. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 3 kids. An almost 11-year-old now, and 7-year-old twins. And they like to drive me nuts sometimes, but it's okay because sometimes I drive them nuts too. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy my whip and chats and my unboxings from time to time. But anyway, so yeah, we had a pretty decent Christmas break, but man, that cold snap was not fun, guys. I don't know about you, but like where I live right now, it doesn't normally get that cold too often, and I was freezing. And I lived up north, not like north, I mean, but I lived up, excuse me, I lived a little further up north, around in the West Virginia area, and I mean, it gets a lot colder up there compared to here in the Carolinas, but oh my god, it's like it's been years since I've been living there, so I'm kind of gotten a little used to the weather here. Not too used to it because the summers still kill me, but I was just blown away about how it was like constantly feeling like 0 for a few days, and we don't have gas. We only have this heat pump, so we had to keep that off and use our space heaters and stay in certain areas during the day. And I'll get to that, like, I guess I'll start getting into that in a little bit. Actually, no, I'll get into that now. We'll jump all over the place because it's been weeks since I've done a whip and chat, and I apologize for that. I was spending so much time with the kids, having a good holiday break with them. Doing a lot of organization around here because it needed it after we gotten the office and the bedroom fixed, and then after that, like after Christmas, I was just like trying to get all the Christmas decorations down, fix up the living room again because of that. So it was just a lot of work. And I've been kind of trying to do a lot more organization upstairs. I'm trying to reclaim the dining room back as a dining room. So I was just like, I'll post after the kids are in school. And last week the kids went back to school on Wednesday. but I just needed a break after them being home for 2 weeks. So I took the week off, which it was already bad because I already took a few weeks off already. But now I'm back. I'm going to try and get back in schedules. Going to slowly get back into it. But yes, let's see. So like I said, it was really cold those couple of days. We were trying to prepare for it. The kids had sleepovers. And what we mean by that is that they all got to sleep in one room. They beg so much to do this all the time. Can we have a sleepover? Are you sure you really want to do that? Yeah. So the sleepover portion happens in Jana's room because her room is the only room that's big enough to fit all three of them. And they all have almost the same room size. It's just because her room doesn't have a closet compared to the other two. Her room is still considered a loft room. We have curtains kind of at the moment to pretend as doors. We'll eventually get doors put in there, and I'm got my eye on a makeshift closet for her right now. Only because she's still so small. I don't want to get like an actual closet where she can't reach it just yet. So we're gonna get like one of those like hanging closet, got like a little fabric cover on it, so that way she's able to get her clothes, put her I've planned it all out. But I think I'm going too far ahead again. But I'll talk a little bit like this. So it's like she has a lot of dresses. She's a girly girl. She needs dresses all the time. So that means we have to get leggings for her as well. So the closet idea I have planned for her is like it's a multi-tiered type thing. It has like some cubes in it. So I was planning what we could do is like have some sections for leggings for her, because her leggings are everywhere. It doesn't fit in her drawers that we have for her already. So I was just like, yeah, well, let's do this. We can also put the extra toys in here. It will be great. So I'm planning on getting that maybe sometime in the next month or so. In that way, when she gets taller, we can start talking about either putting a closet in, or if we move, then we can reconvert it back into a lofting instead. I don't know. But let's see. Yes, sleepovers. So the kids wanted a sleepover, and we didn't see any harm in that. That way, we were gonna have the upstairs heater off. We weren't gonna turn the heater on because we don't have a gas pump. I mean, we don't have gas. We only have a heat pump. And when it gets under a certain degree, I think it's like under 30 degrees or so, it's like starts freaking out and wants to kick on the emergency heat. And that makes the electric bill a little expensive. So what we did was we let the kids set up shop. We pulled out one of the old mattresses that we had that's like kind of like a futon type mattress. And Michael and Nicole got to share. More likely one of them slept on the bed and the other one slept on the actual floor. But they have like these big plushy animals, like they're bigger than me, that they can sleep on top, and I think that's what one of them did, and it makes it all nice and warm and cuddly. But that's what they did for the last few nights when it was really cold during the winter break. And the kids seemed to do pretty fine. And then, like, right after it started warming up, they still wanted to sleep in the same room. I'm like, no. Let's start separating, guys. Let's start separating. It's fine. But they were like, sleepovers forever. I'm like, no. Let's start getting back into our rooms. I'm sure that you guys are going to start complaining about your backs hurting or anything like that, because Nicole will. So that was one part of the holidays that we were dealing with. We had a couple little... We didn't start off with on a good note. My son was upset. We're working on that. I'll talk more about that on another day if once I get more answers out of that. But man, we had to cheer the poor kid up when we picked him up on his last day of school last year. But he was in better spirits, luckily, afterwards. It was just like, it's the last day of school. It's, the first day of Christmas break. Let's be happy. But he had reasons, so we've cheered him up since then, and he's in a. It was really upsetting. I was ready to rampage. I don't normally go mama bear kind of thing. I don't normally even say that kind of stuff. But that was a day where I was like, I don't care, Dad, I look like a mess. I'm about to go to school. I don't normally do that, but I was like, ooh. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I count sometimes to make sure that I'm not picking up too many when there's like something that's not exactly the right amount. I have no idea like how many drills there are sometimes. But that was a bad start, but I tried to make sure that the kids had a really good break overall. They did a lot. Unfortunately, with that cold snap, we couldn't have them play outside at all for a long time, and they stayed inside playing Minecraft a lot. I was just like, okay, you guys can play Minecraft. I tried to get them to do other things, and we got to do that, we got to play some board games, but most of the time they just stayed inside. Even Nicole, she was a little upset because we were like, no, you can't go see your friend, because it's too cold to go see your friend. I'm not going to have you drive across the neighborhood, ride across the neighborhood on her bike to go see her friend. I'm like, you're gonna freeze yourself and get frostbite, kid. You don't even want to wear a jacket half the time. No, you're staying home. So they were all bored after a certain point. So my husband and I, my husband did it for me. I got to stay home, and my husband got out to go and take them out for some fun times and stuff like that. But yeah, it was crazy, man. Let's see. Oh, we got sick right around the holidays as well. And I'm starting to think I'm getting sick again. I can't escape it. It's just, the kids are always getting something, and I'm just like, I'm tired. I'm tired of catching stuff. But then they're like, here, mommy, I love you so much, and I can't say no to hugs, can't say no to kisses, and then here I am sick. It's like, you guys got me. Let's see. What happened after all this? Let's see. We spent, I think it was like, we had to cancel our plans with my mother-in-law and father-in-law because we didn't want them to get our whatever it was. It was just some sort of crud. It was like a cold or something. We just weren't feeling 100%. So that was like the day before Christmas. So my husband spent that time to kind of cook up the meal that we were planning to have with them. We made lasagna. Oh, it was so good. I shouldn't jump ahead, but oh my god, it's just so good. But he made lasagna that night, and we kind of took it easy. The kids were having fun. We didn't get to see Christmas lights, unfortunately. We were planning on doing it around Christmas Day, but we just didn't. But oh my goodness, it was funny. The kids started plotting. They got to have a sleepover again around Christmas Day, and the kids started plotting like on Christmas Eve. We listened to their plot. They were planning on waiting till 5:30 in the morning and then coming into my room and jumping on my bed and going, "Wake up, mommy, it's Christmas Day." I was like, no. We were like, we're not gonna let you do that. They waited till 7:30. I heard them at 7:00. And I'm like, trying to make them know that I'm awake, and then they stopped, and then I hear, just whispering and giggling, and then they came up and ran into my room and go, "Wake up! It's Christmas Day! Hi, mommy, Merry Christmas!" Like all that, and then like, "Did Santa come? Did Santa come?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know. I Daddy heard him come in or something. So they wanted me to go downstairs, and I'm like, nope, you stand at the front of the stairs. Wait till I come downstairs, okay? I'm going to have to go to the restroom. Oh man, it was torture because it was just like, I made them wait just so that way I could go get dressed, get myself, ready for the day. I didn't take that long. It took like 3 minutes. But to them, it was like agony. But I joked around the day before that I was going to make them wait all day long. I was going to go and make a big breakfast, and then we were going to drive around and go see Nana and Papa, even though, it wasn't a thing. And then we'll open presents the next day. And they were like, you wouldn't dare. I'm like, I would. No, I wouldn't. But I let them go down the stairs after that, and they zoomed. And kind of preface this a little bit. A few weeks ago, I wouldn't say my kids are ungrateful. They don't just realize things. They don't see things, I guess, they don't see, like, the size of the present, I guess. They don't see the amount of presents. They just see the size, I guess. Because last year, we got the kids the exact same amount of gifts that we got them this year. But this year, we have smaller presents compared to last year. And it was funny because, like, I finished wrapping up all the gifts, and my son Michael, he's like, that's it? That's not a lot. And I'm like, dude, that's the same amount. And he goes, really? I'm like, yeah, really? You got the same amount. He goes, but they're not big. I'm like, because you didn't ask for stuff that was big this time. So, I mean, like I said, I don't think that they're not spoiled or anything like that, but it was just such a funny thing. And then he forgot about it completely, whatever. But yeah, when they came downstairs, the tree was a lot fuller this time. Even, it's the same thing. Santa only gives them, I think, 3 gifts. Yeah, Santa only gives them like 3 gifts and a stocking. And then I give them, my husband and I give them anywhere between 3 to 4, depending on how things are that year and stuff like that. So they get 3 to 4, gifts from us. But they got small gifts. Santa got a little bit bigger, so the tree looked bigger this time around. It's like, Santa came! Oh, look at all the gifts! Oh my goodness! And I try and fill the tree up a little bit beforehand, so that's why they knew that there was gifts under the tree. Plus, I feel like it's a little bit of agony, like, I wonder what it could be. What is it? And they can't touch the gifts. I don't let them touch the tree at all. And they would always sit there every day before Christmas, just staring, like they were just like doing this motion with their head looking at the tree. It was so funny. But it seemed like they had a pretty decent Christmas overall. They seemed to like all of their gifts. Then they wanted to just devour their gifts. Like, it's just like they wanted to do the whole thing, all their stuff, all at once. And they couldn't quite understand that we needed to spread that out throughout the rest of the 2 weeks, because we gotten a lot more time at home. Yeah, it took a lot, because like with Jana, she made me unbox her Magic Mixies thing, and then her Rainbow High doll, and it's just so much packaging. Why did they make it so hard to get into? Well, I know why they make it so hard to get into, but at the same time, it's just a pain in the butt to get into it. So it was just like, I think I spent 30 minutes just doing, having a pair of scissors and just chopping every single thing off, like all the safety things and everything, with all of their toys and stuff like that. It was not fun. And then I had to go and do the thing with them. It was just like, and I think at one point my husband went, all right, guys, mommy has been like just wrung ragged. You woke her up at 7:30 in the morning. She hasn't had coffee. She's been doing all of your stuff, all of your activities. Let's let mommy have a little break. And I was like, thank you. Because I love my kids. It's just like, I was just like, I'm tired. I want some sleep. I stayed up a little bit too late that night, too. Drinking some coffee, by the way. Speaking of being tired, I've gone back to my staying up way too late, and realizing it's 1 o'clock and I gotta get up at 5:50, and then I'm like spending the rest of the time going in bed, going, all right, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, and not going to sleep. um, but. But yeah, they had a pretty decent Christmas, I feel like. The next day we had my in-laws come over, and we got to eat some lasagna. Like I said, it was delicious. The kids, Nicole actually was wanting to try lasagna this time, and she liked it, so her taste definitely changed. But Michael and Jana, nah, they're still not into lasagna. So what I did was buy some some ravioli, and we cooked that, and my husband used the leftover sauce that he made for the lasagna to put on top of the ravioli for Michael. Jana doesn't like sauce or tomato sauce, so he just buttered noodles. Basically, it was like butter noodles with cheese inside of it for her. But they seemed to enjoy it. We had a really good time. The kids enjoyed themselves. They got to, tell Papa and Nana all about their time at home, about what happened in school. They talked their grandparents' ear off. They just yacked. It was cute and adorable all at once. So they had pretty decent gifts from their in-laws, from their grandparents too. I'm still finding tutus all over the place from Nana. Nana gifted Jana some tutus and dress-ups. So there's like tiaras everywhere. There's tutus everywhere. There's dress clothes everywhere for her dolls. I'm like on Jana the whole time, like, hey kid, what's this? What's what? This. What's what? And I'm like pointing at it. This. Oh, pick it up. And it's funny how like they have blindness sometimes. But it was funny. But yeah, I found a tiara today. I'm just like, are you kidding me? I thought we picked up all of this stuff. Nope, there's a tiara. So I'm gonna have to ask her to go and pick that one up when she gets home today. Let's see. What else has happened over the break? We were trying to get Christmas lights one more time. We did attempt after Christmas, but by that point people started turning off their lights, or taking down their decorations. So we didn't really have a good time. Well, when I say we didn't really have a good time, it was just a bit more of a disappointment than anything else like that. So, So hopefully next year we won't be as sick and be more raring to go and stuff. So we're cross our fingers on that. It's just bad timing this year. Let's see. I did not prepare, guys. I sometimes I'm able to prepare and have a list. This time I did not write down things. I honestly fell asleep after we got home. I did the laundry when we got home. I separated all the laundry and I threw the laundry in their bedrooms, so that way they could fold it. And then I was just like, I fold my laundry. I just have to work on socks. I folded all the towels. I'm going to take a nap. I'm so tired. And I woke up after this. My husband woke me up because I slept on the couch. He's like, hey, sweetie, weren't you supposed to get ready for your WiP and chat? And I'm like, oh, yeah, thank you. And went to get my coffee. And then he's all like, I'm going to go lay down now. I'm like, wait a minute. You woke me up just to take my spot. How dare you? So, yeah, that was the thing. So I literally did not prepare. I got over here, got my cup of coffee. I had this part actually kind of prepped. Like I put everything in here in the dining room. But yeah, I was a little sad because I don't think I can do any recording in the office like I was hoping to. The computer desk is a little bit smaller. Not too bad, but we have a goodness gracious. We have like a little tiny table next to my computer desk, and I would have to move that out every single time so that way I could put this tripod on. And it's not moving very well. So I'm going to have to figure out a different setup. I'm still trying to get upstairs worked on because we have the table that we've been using, our old reliable table that's been with us for so many years. It's older than Nicole. It's older, but I'm going to have that as my like unboxing table sometime once we rearrange everything. But it's just things gotta get through. Let's see. I'm trying to think. What else did we do this whole break? Because, like, it just, a lot of it kind of dragged on in a way. Like, one of the things was, because of the cold, we didn't do much, really going out at all until the week after. And it was weird. So we had a really, like I said, we had that cold snap that came through, and it was feeling like 0 degrees a lot of times, or like the highest would feel like maybe 10 or 11, and then the next week after that, right after that, it was 70 degrees. It went up to 70 degrees in a week. I'm like, if I'm not going to get sick from this, then I don't know. I have a feeling I'm getting sick from it. And I am catching something. Well, but that's probably because the kids are back in school and they caught something and gave it to me. But yeah, the kids got to play outside that day. They took full advantage of it. I didn't realize that they put on shorts until they came back home because my husband took them out to the park. Nicole went to her friend's house, of course, and when they came home, I'm like, what are you guys doing wearing shorts? Jaina was wearing a tank top. I'm like, I know that it's, 70 degrees, but it was just freezing the week before. Are you guys really going to dress like that? And the answer is yes, they are. They're not lizards like me. They don't have to constantly bundle up. But yeah, they were happy that the weather was back to normal in their eyes. I'm like, the weather's not coming back to normal, because guess what? It went back down to cold temperatures again. It's not like freezing anymore. It's just now we're going back to 30s again at night. The high is only like 50. So they're kind of complaining about having to wear a coat, and I'm like, you're wearing a coat. And I think in the next few nights it's going to hit in the 20s again. So we got our space heater out. I tried to use the one that my husband bought 2 extra space heaters, so that way we have one for Nicole's room, because her room was the coldest room in the house. Now it's my room that's the coldest room in the house. But we bought 2 space heaters, which, previously Nicole already had one. So the 2 were for my room and then for Jaina's room. So that way Jaina's room can be warm, because she doesn't really have a door. We have a curtain, and that helps with things, especially since it's a blackout curtain. But she was complaining about being cold. So we gotten a heater for her room. Although I don't see how she's cold when she steals every single blanket in existence and bundles it up on her bed. I don't know how she is cold, but she is cold. I guess that she gets that from me. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. What else has happened this lately? Oh, I have a funny thing to tell you. So we're not ordering up as much pizza as we normally do, but the other day we were kind of lazy about not wanting to make dinner, so we ordered some pizza, brought it home, and I gave Michael his Lactaid before he eats the pizza. And Michael goes, I don't need that anymore. My tummy doesn't hurt anymore when I eat pizza. Kid, what do you think? Why your tummy doesn't hurt anymore when you eat pizza? It's because you take the Lactaid. And he's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, so please please take your medicines before you eat your pizza. I don't want you having a hurt tummy. But now he's complaining his tummy's hurting again after he has dairy, even though we give him the lactate. My suspicion is that he's taking too long to eat his food because we were being nice and having a picnic. Do you guys do this? Like call like eating in the room like a picnic? What I do is like have the kids sit on the dining room floor, not dining room, the living room floor, and they get to watch TV. We don't do it too often, although this break I did let them have that. And just let them have their dinner and they get to have a picnic. They like it a lot. They keep begging it, but I don't want them to have it all the time. But yeah, do you guys call it a picnic or nah? But yeah, I let them have a picnic and they were ecstatic with the pizza. But I think because he was spending his time watching TV instead of eating his pizza, that the lactate kind of went out the system and he was still eating it. It just hurt his tummy a little bit. So it's kind of funny because usually him and Nicole, I'm just straightening up a little bit of the drills. Him and Nicole usually eat their pizza or their food in general really quick. So yeah. Oh, I can talk also about a little bit about Nicole's gift. So I'll backtrack a little bit. So with Nicole, we got her for her Christmas was a brand new dresser and a new nightstand. We're trying to make her bedroom look more like a preteen / teenager's room. And she seems to really be taking that to heart. She didn't seem to be upset about the fact that she didn't get like toys or stuff like that. But she seems really excited about the fact that we are upgrading her room a bit. And I got her a figurine, My Hero Academia. Like it's Izuku Midoriya action figure. So she was excited about that. I was a little concerned about that gift because she said she doesn't want dolls. And I was like, well, it's not a doll, it's a figurine. But, it's, that fine line. But no, she's really excited about it and she wants to collect more figurines. She even asked if we can start collecting Sailor Moon. I have the perfect Sailor Moon figurine that I found that I'm going to get her for her birthday since her birthday's coming up. Because guys, she's going to be turning 11 soon. In a few weeks. And then a week after that I'm turning 36. We're not talking about my birthday though. Ooh. But yeah, she's all excited about turning 11 right now. She's like, I'm getting older. I'm like, no, you're not. You're staying young. You're not getting any older. But I just don't want her to grow too big. But yeah, she's really liking her room. She wants to make more ideas and things like that. I said that we'll probably switch out her lamp in the near future. We'll probably get her a brand new bed sometime soon. I think maybe like around April I'll start buying like new bedding too for her room as well. So just to upgrade it, just a little bit, not to make it look more mature but still in that mermaid theme that she likes so much, because she still wants to stick with the theme. We have it's a lot of a lot of blues and purples in her room. I even found a rug if we wanted to get her a rug. My husband's like, oh boy. I'm finding stuff to decorate everywhere. He's like, calm down. I'm like, I'm not buying. I'm just adding into her list. It's a list of things. We don't have to get them all at once. It's stuff to kind of just go, oh, here you go, to the kids. It's what I do with all the kids. If we wanted to do something special and surprise the kids, I have the list that we could just go, well, this is something that they would like. Let's do that. Do you guys do that? I don't feel like I'm crazy. Maybe I am. I don't know. But let's see. What else has happened? Let's see. I guess I could talk a little bit about school. It's what's been happening. I mean, last week. So I'm still flabbergasted about this one thing. So it's been rough with when it was Wednesday. The kids woke up really groggy because the kids have been staying up so late. Um, and goodness, this table is shifting on me. I shouldn't push too hard up against it, but the kids have been staying up too late, and I told them to go to bed early, and they did their they do their thing where they try to keep staying up later and later until they are up late, because they're like Michael and Jana like to talk to each other at night upstairs, and if I walk past the stairs and I hear them and I'm like, go to bed, and they're like, we are. I'm like, no, you're not. Well, that was Wednesday morning when they woke up. They were like dragging their feet. They were just like saying that they don't feel good. It was just like it was crazy, like how they were like trying to say that they didn't want to go to school. Like, and at one point, I think I actually had Michael stay home that day because he was complaining that he wasn't feeling good. I think I had him stay home that day. It's been a while because the next day it was just like both him and Jana were saying that they were not feeling good, and my husband put his foot down and went, no, you guys are going to school. Because he was thinking that what was happening was they were just too tired. They were just exhausted, and they just needed to perk up. And he was right. He was right. They just needed to perk up because they came home, big smiles on their faces and everything like that. So I was just like, oh, okay. But the funny thing, this is where I'm flabbergasted. So I pick out the kids' socks. My son's socks. Okay, here we go. This is I picked out Michael's socks out in the morning. I remember what they were. They were both black socks. He comes home. One's black, one's white. Completely different brand too. I'm like, Michael, what happened to your shoes? Or what happened to your socks? And then he went into this whole story, and it still does not make sense to me. Like how this happened. I'm still flabbergasted. So he was running around on the playground. I'm like, okay, I get that. And his shoe came off. Okay. Yeah, I get that. He didn't really tighten his shoes, that morning. I noticed that. Yeah. So I was like, okay. And then he goes, he didn't realize his shoe was off. Okay. All right. Why? How could you not? And then he says that the grass was wet. All right. So he realized the grass was wet. But he didn't realize, and he says he didn't notice it until he turned around and saw his shoe on the playground. And he ran back to it. And I'm still like, how do you not notice this? Your foot is wet. But he didn't realize his sock came off too. I'm like, how did you not realize that your sock also came off as well if you're touching wet grass? I mean, that's a different feeling compared to having a sock on. I don't know. But yeah, so that's his story. And he went to the nurse, and she got him a pair of socks to wear. Like she gave him a sock to wear to so that way he has his foot covered. I'm just like, okay, all right, sure. So yeah, that's the story of the week. I'm flabbergasted, guys. I don't know. I really don't know how he did that. But now we washed the socks, so now I'm gonna have to find that one sock and give it to him so he can give it back to the teacher. I always hate it when the kids come home and they're wearing different clothing because they like spilled something on themselves or something happened, and then I'm gonna have to like wash the laundry and then have to remind the kids to bring that piece of clothing back to the teacher. And it's just like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find this one sock. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Jana's been doing good too. She started her first day. Okay, you guys don't know this because this happened right on the last day of school. For Christmas break or holiday break. She came home with a note from her teacher saying that she's progressed so well. She's done so well in her work. And then like the school's testing that was happening. Sorry, I'm going to take another sip of coffee. So she was being doing so well with her schoolwork and everything that and her school testing has shown fast improvement that she's going to go into the enrichment class starting the new year. So she started last week. So she's with her brother now. Her brother's been in enrichment class since the beginning of the school year. So and this is like the beginning step to go to goodness, I had something stuck on my shirt. Had some washi tape. So this is the beginning step to go to gifted and talented class, like what Nicole's in right now. So she's really excited about that, and she was so proud of herself. I was proud for her too. I was like, oh my goodness, see, I knew that you were smart. Because she kept beating herself up. She feels like she's not as smart as her brother because her brother catches on quicker than she does. But I pointed out she likes to read more than he does. He likes to do math better. They all have their strengths in different ways. And I felt like what she was doing was like she beat herself up so much that she thought she couldn't do it, that she just, she didn't do well on her first part of her exams at the beginning of the school year, because she does this every year. She beats herself up, and I'm like, you're smart in your own way. Everyone has their own way of learning. It's not that you're dumb, because you're not. I'm like, you just have to think things a different path, and that's true, because like what the school teaches her, she doesn't catch sometimes, and then like I explain it the way I was taught, and I'm like, well, this is how I was taught, but you have to use it the way the school was. I'm like, so what you have to do is, if you want, you can use my method and then go and double check with the school's method, so that way you have two different ways of figuring out the answer. Because I want you to use what the schools teach you. Michael, he has it down pat with Common Core math. And I'm like, I'm not gonna bash it at all, because it's just different. I just think everyone has a different way of learning, and that's what she just needed. She just needs a little extra. And what also helped was all in December they had like a class reading kind of thing going on, and she got to join in with her brother. Her brother came into her class, and I guess the teacher just let them stay in groups. So everyone's supposed to be in groups, and she let them just be in the same group, which is funny because I was told that they cannot be in groups at all, and that's why they had to be separated for kindergarten and onwards. But she saw how much Jaina improved after her brother was with her, and like how much Michael was improving because Jaina was with her. Because Michael does well in reading, but like he's very he's like very fact oriented, and it's like he needs to get to the facts. But when you're asking him inquisitive questions about what do you think is going to happen next in the story, he kind of doesn't give you doesn't think far enough ahead. But Jaina's able to help him with that. Excuse me. And then Michael's able to help her with the facts. And I guess the teacher noticed how well that was going, that definitely put her into the GT portion type class for enrichment. So she's really enjoying it. She told me that she got to spend some time with another classmate, and both of them are telling me like all the new stuff that they are learning, and I'm so proud of them. So I'm hoping that they'll both be in GT next year. If Jaina isn't, I'm sure she'll get into it in the later half of the year. It's always going to be something like that. I have a feeling it's going to be like that. It's not a big deal. I just don't want her to beat herself up. Let's see. Nicole is should be studying for her spelling bee test. She has a spelling bee competition. I don't know when, but she needs to study and she hasn't. And I've been like, shame, shame. You know, because she's like, I'll study, and then she doesn't study. And I'm like, have you studied? No. I'm like, kid, it's coming. I don't know when, but it's coming. but but yeah, she has that coming up in the next, I don't know, month or so, maybe 2 months. I'll find out. I have to look that up. But she's been wanting to spend some more time with her friend, but she gotten some good news that her friend's not moving just yet. I guess her friend's family wants to wait till the housing market goes down a little bit, and not to say I can't blame them. They couldn't find anything that they wanted in the area that they were looking for, so sorry, excuse me. But yeah, so goodness. I may have to cut that off. I'm sorry. I just, have to clear my throat sometimes. Let's see. Yeah. So her friend is not moving just yet, which is I'm grateful for, because that's like her best friend. And she's like birthday planning with her, and she was a little worried because her best friend's sister has the same exact birthday that she has. Like they're like she's older, but her best friend's sister's older, but they're both born on the same day. And she goes, I don't want her to miss my birthday because she's celebrating with her sister. And I'm like, we'll talk about it. How about we talk to your friend? We'll maybe arrange something the weekend before or the weekend after. So that way she gets to spend time with her friends. Well, not with her friends, with her family, and then she can spend some time with you. My husband wants to do like a movie theater thing, or take them all out to the Cheesecake Factory kind of thing. Not to go crazy like we did last year. I don't think I can handle doing that again. So he said she'll pick one or two friends this time around, and he'll just take them out. I'll bake the cake. I was asked if I can make the Minecraft cake. I've been making a couple of times. I did make it last year, but it's this big square, grass block cake. Sorry. It looks like a Minecraft grass block, but it's a chocolate cake. And it has like crumbled up peanut butter Oreos on the side of the cake to make it look like it's dirt. And then like I have to get the icing and like squeeze individual things to make it look like grass on the top. It's a lot of work, but the kids enjoy it, and I was asked multiple times to make this during the during the last few years, and then even Michael and Jana were like, we want that again. I was like, really? This is going to be the only cake I'm going to make, is it? Excuse me. I am so sorry. I think I am coming down with something. I hope not. I gotta get through this. Let's see. Looks like I only have ABs to go through. Speaking of, okay, I'm gonna go away from talking about my kids and everything for just a moment, and I'm gonna just bring up the camera. Not bring up the camera. I'm bringing up the canvas because I gotta show you the ABs in this. It is so gorgeous. Look at that sparkle. Oh my gosh. Okay, that is just. It's so much. And then the dress, if you see, look, the dress is just insanely sparkly. I'm crazy about it. Like, I'm just, oh my goodness. So, like, I've been just putting ABs on top of ABs. It's so beautiful. And I love it so much. And I'm pretty sure Jana is going to love this as well. But see, I had a huge container of ABs for just this white one. I'm like, and I've used a good bit already. But let's continue. But let's see. let's see. Oh, Christmas decorations that we had to take down. Luckily, the Christmas decorations did not did not require a sacrifice this time around, like the first time. I did not have to injure myself, thankfully. No blood or skin was taken this time around. Thank goodness, because that hurt last time. My pinky is completely healed. Or was it this pinky? I don't even remember which pinky it was. I think it was this one. But yeah, it's completely healed. Which it actually healed a lot faster than I thought it would be. Which surprised me because of like how bad the injury was. So, but it healed pretty quickly. I kind of did start throwing away some of the decorations that we had, like some of the older lights that we had wrapped around the outside tree. The tree topper that I bought this year, it's already in the trash because it started making the most awful racket. And I had a feeling it would because I just bought the cheapest thing that I could find that would be here on time. So I told my husband that I'll find a better version or like just one that doesn't move around next Christmas, and so that way it's we'll have it for many years compared to this time around. We just needed a tree topper. We never had one because our old tree actually had a tree topper installed on it, so there's just no point of buying one. So yeah, I gotten the kids to help me out with taking down the ornaments, and then I just took the tree down. The kids were so sad after that. I'm like, I'm so sorry, guys, but it's time. I'm like, I promise next year we'll definitely have the tree out. Definitely have the tree out later, like not later, earlier this time around. But it was just bad timing with everything. So, but it's okay. It's okay. Let's see. Ooh, I think so when I'm going to backtrack. So when I meant like this is going to be a Christmas to remember. So one of the things that happened during break was we had a couple of unfortunate events during Christmas Day. Let's see. Earlier that day, I'm going to clear my throat. There, sorry. So not earlier. Yeah. So after all the presents and everything. Okay. Sorry. So, sorry about that. I figured you didn't want to listen to a coughing fit. So, after the presents were opened, after my husband put together the dresser and a nightstand, he was taking his break in the computer room. He was drinking his coffee, and he was just sitting down, chilling out. Jana comes running in to ask him to do something with one of her dolls, and she leans forward on the table. My husband kind of does a quick reaction, grabbing the coffee cup because he thinks it's going to fall. The coffee cup does fall, and it smacks into his monitor. And his monitor's broken. It's the monitor that work gave him. I'm like, oh no. So, it was a really nice monitor. He was just mad at himself instead, but Jana was like upset, and we're like, it's okay, it's not your fault. We were just trying to catch the coffee cup and fumbled. But that's not all that happened that day. So later on, we're taking it easy. We made cheese sticks for dinner instead for Christmas. Yes, I know, cheese sticks for Christmas Day. We don't really do a big dinner on Christmas Day. That's usually like whenever we see my in-laws. We'll have a nice dinner with them and everything. We'll make the dinner or whatever. But Christmas Day, Christmas dinner was cheese sticks. And my husband had the oven to heat up the sauce for the cheese sticks, and so you could dip the mozzarella sticks in. And my son, for some reason, forgot. My son decided he's going to leave the bowl instead of putting it in the sink. He's going to put it on the stovetop. My husband forgot to turn the stovetop off. We had a plastic bowl. I think you guys can see what happened. So my son placed the bowl on top of the burner and walked away. I didn't realize anything was wrong. I got up to get some extra sauce, because I was given a pitiful amount. I got up and I noticed that the stove was on. I'm like, why is it on? Is there anything over there? So I walked over there and I see the bowl. And my first thought was like, oh no, no, no. And it was exactly what I was fearing. The bowl was melted. That burner is no more. We're gonna have to buy a new burner for that. So, yay. um, but. But yeah, so that's what I meant. Like, that's going to be something to remember. We had two unfortunate incidents. I'm like, where's the third? Where's the third unfortunate? Oh yeah, I never mind. Here's the third unfortunate incident. I forgot. My car got compromised too over the holidays. It was like a few days before Christmas. Like I said, I'm all over the place because it's just, oh yeah, this thing happened. So it was literally like a few days before Christmas. My card got compromised. I get a phone call from my bank asking, well, first I get a text message from my bank asking if I uh, requested some purchases. And I look online. I got an email at the same time. And I said no. And basically, I got a response saying, please expect a phone call, within the next 24 hours. I got one like maybe 10 minutes later. And it's the bank, basically seeing if I made the purchases. And I'm like, no, I haven't. And then they're like, okay, they're going to have to, they'll have to cancel. Well, not cancel. They're going to have to discontinue my card. I forgot. The word is escaping me, but basically, my card is no more. Kaput. Gone. And then I was told that I would have to call the bank or go to my local bank to get a new card issued. And I was like, okay. But man, here's one little gripe. Okay, one little gripe. Why don't they just transfer you to like instead of like directing you to call the back of the phone call? Like, this is the fraud department. I think that if you're like, canceling the card, that they could issue you a new one. I mean, like, I don't know how things work, but or at least transfer you to the department that does that. But because I was transferred all over the place last time, but let's see. But yeah, that was fun. So, no, I mean that sarcastically. So, my husband's like, well, let's just go to the bank instead the next day because they'll just give you a card there because that's what happened last time well, not last time, but that's what happened when we opened up the account there. They just literally gave us cards that day. So, let's just do that. I'm like, okay, all right. We got up the next day because it was already like late o'clock when this was happening. So we got up the next day and I went to go and, go inside. My husband's with the kids in the car. And no, that's not the case. They told me it's going to take 7 to 10 business days. It's like, okay, I'm sorry. So I was without a card for 2 weeks. That was rough. I mean, excuse me, sorry. I mean, I'm glad that my husband had his own card, but if it was just me, I mean, like, what would I have done? Like, because, there's got to be, some people without a card for that long. That could be really rough, especially around Christmas time. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that was just, like I said, Christmas to remember. Oh my goodness. I was just like, maybe it's a Christmas I want to forget. Nah. I mean, like, there were good parts. It's just, those were some expensive memories. Let's see, what else has happened this week? I don't think much has happened. I mean, like, after this whole time, it's just like, everyone's just been kind of running around with like their heads cut off because we're all playing catch up now. Let's see. The kiddos, they got their report cards on Friday. They were obviously they were doing good. I was really proud of them, especially with what's been going on. And the report card kind of said for Jana the same thing that the letter that we got was she's going into enrichment class. Then we got a little shock that she had a bad grade on one of her papers. We had to talk about it. Let's see. My rate thing, I'm still rating. We're doing pretty well. I'm still getting kind of seasick with dragon riding. It's kind of funny. But I'm getting used to it. So like I have to sometimes like look away from the screen to help out. Which doesn't help like when you're in a certain dungeon because you kind of have to use dragon riding to help out. So but I'm doing pretty well. I feel like I'm starting to finally slow down a little bit, but then there's days where it feels like I'm still playing like a huge game of catch up in a way, with trying to gear up or like trying to work on my professions in the game, or like just trying to do all the quests in there. So I still feel like I'm doing a lot on that. Oops, I am pushing this table. I'm sorry. Let's see. So one of the things is also, I've been taking it a little bit slower here. I know I started this on Christmas, the day after Christmas, but I haven't really done much work on it, as you guys can tell, but it's because I've been cross-stitching again. I've been trying to desperately finish part 2 of the Dark Queen of the Earth stitch-along, and I am almost done with that. I'm almost done with part 2. I almost considered doing a stitch and chat instead today, so that way I could finish up, because it was just like some blank spaces I could stitch while I talk to you without me having to look at my at the patterns, so that way I wouldn't worry about showing that off. But I didn't know how people would feel about that because I do mostly diamond painting. So I was just like, I'll just finish stitching another time. So yeah, I'm just trying to fit like a lot of stuff in my busy schedule because I haven't been able to just fully focus on doing diamond painting as much as I wanted to. Which is probably a good thing. It kind of gave me a little bit of a breather and a reset break almost, because after last week of just stitching nonstop, I really wanted to work on this. And I kind of zoomed over here a little bit the other day. So it's like, okay, maybe I should like take like half a week of stitching and half a week of diamond painting instead. Maybe that'll help me out a little bit. But while it does take most of my time during nighttime, because I'm trying to do all the stuff that I'm supposed to do for raids and everything. So, I mean, like, that still takes up a good portion of time. Plus, it gives me some adult interaction. I don't, as much as I love my children and my husband, I need to talk to another adult sometimes. So it's just a really good thing, I feel like. Yeah, I think it's a good time to close it off there, especially since I just about finished the section. I got like 2 little drills over there, but looks like I hit over the hour mark. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye!